What's going on, guys? I am with the Moose, and today we're hopping into my Boston Red Sox franchise. Should be a ton of fun this year. Let's make a new one, and I cannot wait for it. You guys can watch that tutorial if you guys make a franchise, but this is going to be a lot of fun. Let's do the current rosters as of right now, and let's go down to the Boston Red Sox. I cannot wait for this one. Been excited. I pretty much decided to do this ever since I saw them sign David Price. I cannot wait to get this started. So let's advance into it and get it going. GM contracts on, fantasy draft off. I know a lot of you guys wanted me to do a fantasy draft, but it's a little too hard to keep track of, so I'm going to stay off that. Also, no legend free agents. CPU roster control, no, but yeah, they can trade. They do have budgets, no forced trades, and the designated hitter is the normal designated hitter. So let's get into it. Let's see what we can do here. Give you guys a quick tour of the team, exactly what I want to do and whatnot. The budget hops right into it. Let's see what the league we got. The transactions. We do have a handbook thing. It says from the assistant GM transaction handbook. The transaction handbook explains the rules that apply to any roster related item you encounter. You can find a list of important dates throughout the season. You can find a bunch of stuff here if you guys wanted it. I'll pass on that. We don't need that too much. Shouldn't be a too big of an issue. So let's see right here. What are we on right here? We are in spring training, I believe. Yeah, March. We're gonna end spring training though. I don't really care that much about doing the spring training stuff. I mean, I could do stuff, but we'll pass on that. Now let's see what the calendar's looking like. We have our first game against the Cleveland Indians, so we'll get into that in our next video, I believe. But first up, we're gonna give you guys an update on what the team's looking like and whatnot. This thing is the sponsor stuff. You get some extra stubs and extra budget for this. Actually is what it is, extra budget. So I'm going to put in my one sponsorship that I got for my open thing. I got 3,500 budget per run, so that's pretty good. A gold sponsorship is not bad at all. And then on the bottom ticker, that'll always have that Under Armour logo there, so that's pretty cool. Kind of like a little addition to the team, or addition to the broadcast almost, so that's pretty cool. Let's take a look now at our lineup. We'll actually update the lineup first and then give you guys an idea of what we're looking at. Alright guys, just made the additions or the edits to the lineups and the pitching rotation, so let's take a look at the lineup. It's very similar throughout all the lineups, right-handed pitcher versus DH, right-handed pitcher with no DH, stuff like that. But we got Mookie Betts leading it off. For some reason, the default lineup had like Xander Bogaerts leading off, David Ortiz hitting like 5th, some weird stuff going on, so I had to edit out a lot. But Mookie's hitting first, Dustin Pedroia in the 2-hole like he has been basically his entire career. Oh my goodness, just hit the wrong button. Switch teams. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's back out of there. There we go. Mookie Betts, Dustin Pedroia hitting second. Xander Bogaerts hitting third like he did all last year for the Red Sox. David Ortiz hitting 4th. Great cleanup hitter for us. Hanley Ramirez hopefully able to make some plays in this. Actually, he's playing DH right now when Ortiz should be playing DH. So we'll flip the head. I don't know what that was going on with. Hanley is technically the Red Sox current first baseman. Who knows if that'll stay throughout this actual MLB season, but that's what we're going to be rolling with in the actual season so far with this. Pablo Sandoval at third base. Who knows, though? He could easily get replaced by a guy like Travis Shaw here, so we'll see what happens with that. For right now, though, Pablo Sandoval will be our starting third baseman. Then we got Rusney Castillo hitting 7th, Jackie Bradley Jr. in center. Actually, we got to switch that with Mookie. Just made me realize that. Jackie Bradley, one of the best defensive fielders in the entire league by far. Great fielder in center field. And then Blake Swihart starting at catcher. So very good lineup. I like it a lot. Obviously, got to change around some stuff. Make sure Mookie's always in left. Or actually, Mookie should be in right. And Rusney in left, so we'll see. I mean, it's just kind of like a guessing game at this point where they put these guys in the positions. I got to make sure they're all in the right spots, but generally it's going to be Mookie, Pedroia, Bogaerts, Ortiz, and then likely Hanley right after, then Sandoval. This is actually with a no DH against right-handed pitchers. Hanley will be on the bench for these, Ortiz starting, and then obviously when there's a left-handed pitcher on the mound, Hanley will be starting and Ortiz will get the day off, just because, obviously with no DH and being a lefty, Ortiz is just at a disadvantage. So that's pretty much what we're going on right there. Finally, this is the last thing I wanted to show you guys. Left-handed pitcher versus DH, Mookie, Pedroia, Xander, Ortiz, Hanley Ramirez, Pablo Sandoval, Rusney, Jackie Bradley, and Blake Swihart. Very, very, conscious order. It's the same way every time. Obviously, when there are different matchups, I'll throw in a guy like Chris Young, who is a great hitter against lefties. That's basically when he's going to play. Ryan Hannigan will have to come in, obviously, every once in a while for Swihart, just to, relieve him or whatever. And then Travis Shaw, like I said, he could easily become a starter over Pablo Sandoval because they're very close in overall, and even in spring training in real life, they have looked, pretty similar, I would say. So we'll see what happens. Who knows? Like I mentioned, it could, anything could change really. But this is basically the lineup that we're going to be starting with. And let's take a look at the pitching rotation to start off with. Obviously, no surprise here. David Price starting us off as our #1 starter. He will be pitching our first game, our opening day game, and I cannot wait for that against the Indians. Then we got Clay Buchholz at starter number 2, Eduardo Rodriguez at starter number 3, Porcello at 4, and then I moved Joe Kelly to number 5. They had Roanis Elias at number 4 and Porcello at 5. I don't really like Elias starting in the rotation. I like Kelly better for that, so I'm going to put Kelly there. I think he has more potential than Elias, so we put him there. And then Elias is our long relief pitcher. Junichi Tozawa at middle relief, along with Varvaro and Tommy Lane, so that's pretty good options there. Really like Lane. He's a great option, although he's only a 70 overall. I don't know why he's so low. Moved Koji to setup man. He was already there. And then Carson Smith was actually in the middle relief spot, and Tozawa was actually in the setup man spot. I switched him because that's pretty much going to be the role. Carson Smith, when he's not on the DL, currently he is on the DL, unfortunately, to start the year. But once he's not on the DL, he's definitely going to be, basically the other setup man along with Koji. So that should be nice. And then obviously they're setting it up for Craig Kimbrell, one of the best closers in the league. The Red Sox traded for him over the offseason. Hyped about that trade, and he's going to be a monster closer. Last year we used a Seattle Mariners franchise, and we had Fernando Rodney, who he loved, and this time Craig Kimbrell should be even better. So it's pretty cool. Loving the lineup, loving the team. I think it's going to be very, very fun. And we will hop into the game very, very soon. I'll let you guys see that in the next video. It should be coming out very, very soon. If not today, tomorrow at the latest. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. And let me know if you're excited for this Red Sox franchise and if you think we're going to win our first game. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.